countless unfulfilled promises, broken expectations, and a sense of growing frustration. The metaverse, once hailed as the future of digital interaction, now faces harsh criticism and a precipitous drop in public trust. What happened to the dream of a virtual universe where anything was possible? Millions of dollars invested, revolutionary technologies announced. But where are the results? Poor infrastructure, high costs, and a lack of innovative content have turned the metaverse utopia into a disappointing experience. Security, privacy issues, and the absence of a solid user base only exacerbate the situation. With each passing day, it becomes clearer that something has gone terribly wrong. Ethical and legal issues, the difficulty of monetization, and the lack of interoperability between platforms create an even more complex landscape. What was supposed to be an interconnected and expansive digital environment has become a labyrinth of frustrations and challenges. How could such a promising concept fail so widely? And more importantly, is there hope for redemption for the metaverse? First, unrealistic expectations and exaggerated hype. Since the announcement of the metaverse, the tech industry and media have created a huge expectation around the revolutionary potential of this new digital frontier. Promises of a virtual world where anything would be possible, from social gatherings to complex financial transactions, raised expectations to levels that were almost impossible to achieve. The reality, however, turned out to be far less grandiose than imagined, with many of these promises still far from being realized. This disparity between expectation and reality has led to significant disappointment among investors, users, and enthusiasts. Many expected the metaverse to quickly become an essential part of everyday life, but the lack of tangible progress and the delivery of basic functionality that fell short of expectations undermined confidence in the project. The initial hype was fueled by impressive technology demonstrations, but which were often mere prototypes far from a practical and scalable implementation. Additionally, aggressive marketing by companies seeking to capitalize on the exacerbated enthusiasm for the metaverse contributed to this frustration. Promises of breakthrough innovation without the backing of tangible practical solutions have created a bubble of expectations. When this bubble burst, the backlash was proportional to the initial enthusiasm, resulting in growing skepticism about the viability and real value of the metaverse. Second, lack of technological infrastructure. For the metaverse to work effectively, an advanced technological infrastructure is required, capable of supporting large volumes of data, simultaneous connections, and high-quality immersive experiences. However, today's technological reality is far from meeting these requirements. Many users experience high latency, dropped connections, and poor graphics performance, which compromises the overall experience in the metaverse. The network infrastructure, especially the coverage and quality of high-speed internet, is not yet evenly distributed, which limits many people's access to the metaverse. In areas with low-quality internet, the experience in the metaverse is drastically inferior, generating frustration and disinterest. In addition, the need for expensive and high-performance equipment, such as virtual reality glasses and powerful computers, further restricts the target audience. The development of essential technologies, such as high-capacity servers, widely available 5G networks, and efficient compression algorithms, is crucial for improving the user experience in the metaverse. Until these improvements are implemented, technological infrastructure will remain a significant obstacle to the mass adoption and success of the metaverse. The companies involved need to invest heavily in these areas to make the metaverse a viable and attractive reality. Third, limited adoption by the public. While the idea of the metaverse has garnered considerable attention, adoption by the general public has been limited. Most users still don't see a practical application or direct benefit in participating in such a complex virtual environment. The learning curve associated with using new technologies and the lack of engaging and diverse content are significant barriers to adoption. Additionally, many users are reluctant to adopt the metaverse due to concerns about data privacy and security. Large-scale data collection and the risk of cyber vulnerabilities are issues that dissuade users from engaging more deeply with these platforms. Without the assurance that their data will be safe and that their privacy will be respected, many prefer not to participate. Another important factor is competition with other forms of digital entertainment, such as traditional video games, social networks, and streaming platforms, which already offer satisfying and well-established experiences. For many, the metaverse still doesn't offer a clear competitive advantage or a compelling reason to change their digital preferences and habits. Without a clear and differentiated value proposition, mass adoption of the metaverse will continue to be a challenge. Fourth, security and privacy issues. Security and privacy in the metaverse are crucial issues that have generated a lot of concern. With the promise of an interconnected virtual world comes the risk of cyberattacks, data breaches, and other digital threats. The lack of a robust security framework leaves users vulnerable, making the metaverse an attractive target for hackers and other malicious actors. Additionally, the collection and storage of large amounts of personal data increases the risk of privacy breaches. Users are increasingly aware of how their personal information can be misused, and this awareness leads to skepticism and a reluctance to adopt new technologies that could compromise their privacy. Trust is a critical component to metaverse adoption, and without proper security measures, that trust is difficult to establish. Security and privacy challenges in the metaverse require a proactive and comprehensive approach. This includes implementing advanced security technologies such as end-to-end encryption, multi-factor authentication, and regular security audits. Additionally, companies need to be transparent about how user data is collected, stored, and used, and they must offer users control over their own information. Only with these measures can security and privacy in the metaverse be guaranteed. Fifth, high entrance cost. One of the biggest barriers to mass adoption of the metaverse is the high cost of entry. The equipment necessary for an immersive experience, such as virtual reality goggles, controllers, and high-performance computers, represent a significant investment. For many consumers, these costs are prohibitive and drive away potential users who could benefit from the metaverse. In addition to hardware costs, there are also expenses related to exclusive software and content that often require additional subscriptions or purchases. These accrued costs could make the metaverse inaccessible to a large portion of the population. Without a diverse and broad user base, the metaverse loses out on potential for growth and innovation. To overcome this barrier, it is essential for businesses to work to reduce the costs associated with accessing the metaverse. This could include developing more affordable devices, offering financing options or grants, and creating platforms that work across a wider range of devices. Only by making the metaverse financially accessible to the majority of people can significant adoption be achieved. Sixth, repetitive and monotonous content. The success of any digital platform depends heavily on the quality and diversity of its content. In the case of the metaverse, many users complain about the repetitiveness and monotony of the experiences offered. Without a variety of compelling and innovative content, users quickly lose interest and turn away from the platform. Creating content for the metaverse requires a significant investment in creativity, technology, and human resources. Developers and content creators face unique challenges when trying to build immersive experiences that keep users engaged in the long run. The lack of accessible tools for content creation also limits the diversity of experiences available in the metaverse. To combat this monotony, a collaborative effort is needed between tech companies, content creators, and the user community itself. Incentives for content creation, partnerships with entertainment studios, and the integration of more intuitive and accessible creation tools can help diversify and enrich the metaverse ecosystem. Only then will it be possible to keep users engaged and interested in the long run. Seventh, monetization difficulties. Monetizing the metaverse effectively has proven to be a significant challenge. Companies have struggled to find business models that are sustainable and profitable. The sale of virtual items, advertising, and subscriptions are some of the approaches tried, but none have proven capable of generating consistent and significant revenues to date. Successful metaverse monetization depends on striking a balance between offering value to users and generating profit. Many users resist the idea of spending large sums on virtual items or subscriptions, especially when the overall experience is still in the development and improvement phase. The perception that the value offered does not justify the cost is a significant barrier. Companies need to explore new forms of monetization that are attractive to both users and investors. This could include creating hybrid business models that combine free and paid elements, introducing cryptocurrencies and blockchain for secure and transparent transactions, and building economic ecosystems within the metaverse that encourage participation and the exchange of value. Finding the right formula for monetization is crucial for the sustainability of the metaverse. Eighth, competition with other technologies. The metaverse faces stiff competition from other digital technologies and platforms that already offer entertainment, interaction, and utility effectively. Video games, social networks, streaming platforms, and other forms of digital media already have a consolidated user base and offer satisfying experiences that are hard to beat. Not only do these competing technologies offer a refined user experience, but they also have the advantage of being widely accessible and familiar to the public. The need to learn how to use new technologies and adapt to a new virtual environment can be a significant obstacle for many users who are already satisfied with their current options. To compete with these platforms, the metaverse needs to offer a clear and differentiated value proposition that goes beyond what is already available. This includes not only technological innovations, but also unique and exclusive experiences that cannot be replicated on other platforms. Without this differentiation, the metaverse will continue to struggle to attract and retain users amid intense competition. Ninth, ethical and legal issues. Ethical and legal issues pose a significant challenge to the development and adoption of the metaverse. The regulation of user behavior, the protection of digital rights, and the prevention of abuse are complex areas that are still developing. The absence of clear and consistent rules creates an environment of uncertainty and risk for both users and businesses. In addition to regulatory concerns, there are also important ethical implications to consider. Creating a virtual world can lead to questions about reality versus simulation, the manipulation of user behavior, and the psychological impact of immersive experiences. Companies need to address these issues transparently and responsibly to build trust and ensure the well-being of users. Developing clear and comprehensive policies that address these issues is essential for the future of the metaverse. This includes collaborating with regulators, ethicists, and the user community itself to create a safe, fair, and respectful environment. Without these measures, the metaverse risks facing significant resistance and losing public trust. 10th, lack of interoperability. Interoperability between different platforms and systems is a critical factor in the success of the metaverse. However, the current reality is one of a fragmented ecosystem, where different platforms do not communicate with each other effectively. This creates a frustrating experience for users, who have to deal with multiple accounts, avatars, and isolated environments. The lack of interoperability not only hinders the user experience, but also limits the metaverse's potential for growth and innovation. The ability to move digital assets, identities, and experiences between different platforms is essential to creating a truly connected and expansive environment. Without this connectivity, the metaverse remains a collection of isolated islands, each competing for users and resources inefficiently. To solve this problem, a collaborative effort between tech companies, developers, and regulators is needed to establish open and interoperable standards. This includes creating common protocols, APIs, and frameworks that allow for seamless integration between different systems. Only through interoperability will the metaverse be able to reach its full potential as a truly global and connected network of digital experiences. The future of the metaverse is still at stake. Will companies be able to overcome technological challenges and regain public trust? The question is not just whether the metaverse can recover, but how it will do so. What innovations will it take to turn this digital dream into reality? The next phase of the metaverse depends on the ability to solve the problems that plague it today. Solutions for security, privacy, accessibility, and diverse content are essential. But will these changes be enough? Or are we destined to see the metaverse as an ambitious experiment that never reached its potential? Leave your opinion in the comments. Does the metaverse still have a future, or is it already doomed? What solutions do you believe are essential to your redemption? Stay tuned for more analysis and discussion about the future of technology and how it shapes our lives. Don't miss the next videos.